Ladies and gentlemen, federal employees, today we're talking about how and why you may want to burn up part of your sick leave or all of your sick leave before you retire as a federal employee. There's a number of perks of doing so if you're able to pull it off. And if you're new to the channel, so good to have you. My name is Dallin Hawes. I'm a financial planner who serves federal employees every single day, and I absolutely love it. So let's give some context before we dive in. I had a client that came to me recently and said, hey, I'm retiring in a couple years. I've got a bunch of sick leave saved up. They had thousands of hours of sick leave, probably a year's worth of sick leave saved up. And they said, hey, how can I use some of this before retirement? Okay. Now, again, let me back up just one more time. You know, as a federal employee, you have two main types of leave. You have annual leave, you have sick leave. Your annual leave you can use basically anytime you want, right? Sick leave is a lot harder. You have to have a legitimate medical reason to use sick leave, right? And so he had a bunch of sick leave saved up and was curious how to use it. Now, let me back up one more step. Some of you may be asking, well, don't you get benefit for any unused sick leave you have at retirement? Why are you trying to use that up anyway? Why not get the benefit of having it at retirement? Well, let's talk about that to give some more context to this question. So again, you have sick leave and annual leave. Your sick leave, if you have unused sick leave at retirement, it increases your pension. It increases your years of service, which then increases your pension. Your annual leave, if you have unused annual leave at retirement, you get a lump sum check for that time. So sick leave and annual leave are treated differently at retirement. Again, your sick leave will increase your pension by increasing your years of service, and your annual leave will be a lump sum check. Okay? Long story short, let me give you the short version of this. Having sick leave at retirement is way worse than having annual leave at retirement because you get the annual leave paid out immediately. Boom, here it is. You get sick leave paid out for the rest of your retirement in the form of a slightly bigger pension. But often the increases to pensions from sick leave is very, very small. So it takes decades to get the money, make it worth it, right? Meaning if you had 100 hours of sick leave or 100 hours of annual leave at retirement, you could only have one, I would pick 100 hours of annual leave every single day of the week because you get the money right away, boom, in a lump sum. Here you get it spread out over 30, 40, 50 years, right? It takes a long time to get the money out, okay? Long story short, annual leave, if you're gonna have some unused at retirement, it's way better to have annual leave because you get it paid out right then, okay? Now, so let's say, like many of you, let's say you do have a bunch of sick leave saved up and you're trying to use it before you retire. What are the options? Well, again, you got to have a legitimate medical reason. I'm not in favor of faking stuff, okay? I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. However, there are many times where there are legitimate surgeries and things that are more flexible, meaning maybe you got a shoulder issue that you know you got to have surgery on, just a matter of when. Well, maybe schedule that for the last year of your career or something like that. Something that's a little more discretionary where you have some control, some say over when you schedule a surgery or something like that, a procedure that's going to take some time for you to recover, that you can blow a bunch of sick leave and use a bunch of it before you retire. Now, again, I know that's not in the cards for everyone. Maybe you're perfectly healthy. You have nothing that needs to get done, which is great too, right? Again, having unused sick leave increase your pension is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But again, some people are looking to use their sick leave to actually extend their career, right? Extend their career so their years of service is longer and they have more time to save into their TSP and things like that. Again, not always possible, but those are the things to consider. This is the recap of this video so far though. Having unused annual leave at retirement is way more financially better. It's just better because you get the lump sum right away. Having sick leave is nice. It increases your pension, but again, the increase is usually very marginal, and you get that increase, of course, over the next 30, 40 years. So if you could pick just one, having unused annual leave retirement is way better. Using sick leave before retirement is possible, especially if you can schedule a surgery or something like that. But again, not everyone has that sort of flexibility or that sort of need, right? Don't do surgery just because you are trying to use sick leave. Not worth it, right? Only if you need it, right? But those are the things to consider when trying to use or burn up your sick leave or annual leave at the end of your career, the last year or two. Okay? So I hope that's helpful. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.